Oh, hot. Hot on the crux. Nice and easy there, bud. Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. This is our Ford 555 backhoe. We just did a whole bunch of work to it in the previous videos. Feel free to check it out. But here in the near future, we're gonna be trucking this machine and Dirt Perfect's man lift and a whole bunch of my tools up north to do a salvage job. This is an old church that the inside burnt out. There's some Bedford limestone, there's some brick, there's a whole bunch of stuff we're gonna take down ourselves and truck back here to where we live to use for future projects. This is a huge project, especially for me. I've done some salvage work in the past, but nothing quite this crazy. And because this rig is going with us and it's gonna be a crucial part of the operation, we gotta get that hydraulic line off there that we blew in the last video. We are definitely gonna need the loader function of this machine. Let's see if we can get that off first. These old hydraulic fittings can be kind of sticky sometimes. They like to rust and get stuck. I just buzz them. It's just a hammer drill with an SDS bit that I shaved the end off of there. Clint from CNC Equipment told me to give it some hits with an air hammer, but I don't have an air hammer. This is what I use and it works pretty well. Then, should be a 1 inch we got here. Should be able to loosen her up just like that. Easy peasy, man. This hard line's fairly new, so it hadn't been on very long. Didn't take much for it. That's gonna be the problem right there. Take this over to the truck in just a second. The next thing, I think that tailgate's not doing so great. The next thing is our Vever fuel tank. I need to get some things rounded up. I wanna get it filled with fuel and ran down and staged to Dirt Perfect's lot. I've got the forks on this right now and we have no loader function. So we gotta get those unhooked and drag them off with the little tractor, I suppose. Maybe. There we go. So I got a little over 50 gallons of diesel fuel loaded up in my little Vever tank here. Ready to go. Hydraulic fuel, engine oil. Ooh, a tripod. Yep, that's definitely got to go, but I need to take that back up with us. A couple hammers, funnel, some coolant, and then I've got grease gun and some grease I picked up too. The old Thunder crate's proven to be pretty handy. So the next thing is I got this generator I bought used off Facebook Marketplace. I got this old empty plastic toolbox I've had laying around for a while. And I got, hold on. That big old pallet that I got from CNC Equipment left over when they brought that wood processor down. We're gonna try to make a little mobile workstation. All the stuff that's small of a value, like the generator and all the hand tools and power tools I'm gonna take up there, I want on that skid that I can slide in and out of the back of my truck so I can take it with me every night when I leave. Well, the odds it'll just sit pretty. Not good. and then just trim the wood. Oh, definitely did not use a chainsaw to do that with Crocs on. That'd just be foolish. That's how you get chips in your shoes. It's not a completely solid floor, but I bet it works a little bit better. Hit. Hit. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I think I want to set this up to where everything just stays put on here for the most part. So let's spin her around so the outlets are out. The wheel kit on this generator is just, it's a luxury I'm not used to, I'm not gonna lie. Stopped past the old Harbor Freights and picked up some of these anchors for super cheap. And yeah, I am totally rocking the Crocs. This is like, I'm just taking a couple days slow and easy. We've been busting butt the past few weeks trying to get stuff done, big projects done. And I'm just, it's a breathing day. You know, you gotta take one from time to time. He even picked up some new straps, high-vis orange. That way I can see them better when they fall off the truck. There we go. That'll work, bud. All right. We'll set this up here. Hoping we can get it like this. Very nice. I don't see why not. Oh, she's solid. Love it. So let's start putting some tools in this thing, making sure we got everything rounded out. Now you guys know I've worked with Vever in the past on some things like that fuel system we took down earlier, the welder you're going to see me use a little bit later whenever I build one of my hammers that I like to make. Well, I reached out to him again and I said, hey, here's the deal. Here's what I got going on. Y'all got a couple things I think I could use. Could I try them out? And they said, sure. And these are brand new. I haven't used them yet. So big old honking hammer drill to use, which it comes with a chisel tip. I got to pick up some more though. I need an actual, I want a wider spade bit to put on there to help pop those bricks and block off. But I think that's going to work pretty well for us, but I do want to try it out. Like I said, it's brand new. Let's actually make sure it works coming from the factory. I got this random rock sitting over here. Let's just fire it up and use it on this. All right, fair enough. Well, that one works. So we can go ahead and pack that away. They sent another one too, and it's a little bit bigger. So that first one is the one I hope to be using the most. I think it should do a pretty decent job of popping those blocks for us. But on the off chance we get into something that's a little tougher, I wanted something, well, a little tougher. Oh, a box in a box. My favorite. Well, they got her packaged up, that's for sure. Oh, yes. Now they have one bigger than this yet too. I think it's a 3600 watt, but I opted for the 2200 watt because if I'm working out of a man basket or man lift, I don't want to be taking anything too crazy heavy. And I hope to not have to use this very much, honestly, just because of the size of it. So we got that tip that came with it. We got this tip that came with it. We have this tip that came with it, which this is the style I want to get for that other one. And then this fella here, which could actually come in handy on our property. Well, let's put one of these in and let's try her out. So I'm really hoping we don't have to use this a whole lot because it's got some weight to it. But if we do need it, we certainly got it. And it's got some power. All right, nope. I should not own this. Very nice. Haircuts. Haircuts are also important because it's very hot this week. And I was just long overdue, feeling much better. I got a bunch of random small stuff I want to throw in real quick before I forget. Then we got some things we've actually got to build specific for this job, and I'm not 100% sure they're going to work, but I've got some ideas. Definitely gloves, working with brick and stone. I'm not normally a glove guy, but we're throwing them in. I buy these bad boys 24 at a time. They're going. Tinted safety glasses. The working man's sunglasses. I see guys in Ray-Bans all the time. I wonder what their wives build for them. I do own fall protection, believe it or not, from when I used to work for Dirt Perfect full time. We'll take that. So I'm taking several hammers up with me. I'm going to show you my favorite way to make a hammer. Anytime I break the head off of something, I save it. And I know a lot of guys love old hickory handles and they're going to rehandle this on a wood shaft, and good for them, but I will break it every time. Anytime I got any steel pipe left over, that becomes my new handle. In case you're new to the channel, I'm very hard on tools. So I've got to make everything Kleeman proof, and Kleeman proof is a welded steel handle. We're going to weld it towards the front of that. It's different than where it was at. I'll weld her up here just a little bit. I need to adjust that angle some. Say, Mike, you going to take a flap wheel that you got staged there and clean all the steel off so it's a good strong weld? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely we are. Oh, hot. Hot on the crux. Gee, she's too hot. I'm burning through the pipe. Damn, that hurt. I'm gonna clean it up and turn it down a little bit. We're burning through the whole pipe, bud. Very fancy. Oh my. All I want is to be able to see this thing if I drop it on the ground. That's it. We're not looking for anything fancy. Oh, the overspray on the welding helmet is, that's across the line though. That's too much. Couple cold chisels. Good old blue bar. A regular hammer just in case I get tired of swinging something heavy and they're popping off easy. Battery chargers for the batteries I'll be using. Gotta have those. So it is a new day. We spent the rest of that day. It's really hot this week. Very, very hot this week. We spent the rest of the other day hanging out down at the pond doing some fishing and just relaxing, and it was nice. But it's time to get back to work. Next step involves these pieces of plywood. Oh no! So this plywood actually came from a fella named Dale. Dale owns S&S Seating. Him and his brother, I guess it still is. Anyway, what they do is pretty much salvage work. They go to old stadiums, take out the old seats, and Dale's done a tremendous amount of salvage work, old barns and things like that, just for fun throughout his life. So I went out there to kind of have a chat with Dale, pick his brain a little bit, try to get some ideas. And obviously the quickest way to do this, to move this kind of material, not the plywood, but the stone, the less amount of times, just like firewood or something like that, the fewer times you touch the stone, the quicker it's gonna go. Something we were kind of talking about is maybe a way to be able to slide this stuff down where we could hang some slides of some sort off the wall and then slide those stones down to the bottom where we'll have a person down at the bottom stacking things on pallets, or me down at the bottom stacking things on pallets. The fewer times we touch it, the quicker it's gonna go. Now I've got no idea if this is gonna work out the way I want it to in my head, but I think it's worth doing. Anyway, he had some old 3/4. A couple of these are Baltic birch, a couple of them are just regular good old-fashioned plywood, but it's all 3/4. We're gonna rip these down to 16-inch wide pieces. Now luckily, I've got a tremendous amount of material over at the YouTube yacht that we can use up on this. I also have about 100 pounds of screws left over from that project too. That's why we're using these long ones, because that's what I got. They're laying around. Because I know you're staring at these bags and you want to know what's going on. These are bags full of landscaping rock. You're gonna find this hard to believe, but I got that all for free off Facebook Marketplace. I know, me going after free things, we're gonna use it for landscaping around the bell tower when we get to that point. It was literally in the bags. All I had to do was go there. The guy put the bags in his loader bucket. We put it in the back of the truck and I was gone. Hard to beat it. And if you're wondering what's going on with all this stuff back here, well, this stuff all lives outside, unfortunately, and I'm not proud of that. So on my to-do list is to get a DIY build your shed kit from the old Home Depot. So I just set everything over here so I can measure and see what size shed I actually need. Remember, you can't start with everything. And I got 2x6s. We'll put on the outside of that. Gives us something to bump up against and it'll land past that splice. It should work out well for us. Fixing to find out. So here's what I'm thinking. Down here on the ends where they're going to overlap. Run that screw out a little bit. I've just got these little nuts like that. I'm just going to slide that over the screw. Same thing on this side. Tighten them down. Now, I've got about the thickness of that nut overlap. So hopefully when we're sliding stuff down, instead of catching on that lip, it'll just go right on across. It's a good thought anyway. We'll have to see what actually happens. So I've got those done. I was sitting there at the house and I thought it would make a whole heck of a lot more sense if I just snagged Dirt Perfect's trailer and made one trip down here with everything instead of a whole bunch of little trips with the tractor. That's what we're going to try to do. I need to make sure that trailer is tall enough, or the hitch is tall enough. Oh yeah, we're plenty tall. Okay. Just looking for a little bump. There she is. There she is. That felt pretty decent. Looks pretty decent too. Yeah. Power of the Crocs, baby. Can't beat them. Nice. Very nice. All right. Like I said, I got 3 of them done. They turned out pretty good. I was hoping for 4, but I just didn't have enough material. I think 3 will get me by just fine though. That'll make it. All right. Definitely faster than tripping down with the tractor, that's for sure. I left them to this side because I didn't quite have enough pallets to get above that fender. So crowded to this side. I'm hoping that leaves me enough room to get the forks on the loader underneath and out of there. We're fixing to find out. See if we can find a home for these for temporary purposes. Do you know this thing has brakes now? Wild. Absolutely wild. It's got a backup alarm now too. It's just got all the luxurious features. I don't know what I can and can't show you down here, so we're just gonna stay panned low. You know? We're just gonna stay low with it. Oh, very nice. So I've got that hose back on, it looks good. See how it goes down and comes back up nice and straight and even. What we got to fix on the other side, I wasn't paying attention to it when I had to replace this one. See how it goes down and kinks over and puts pressure that way? Whenever the loader arms get up above the hood, it kicks out on the hood, and when you lower the loader arms, it gets caught on there. What I need to do is loosen these fittings and get it twisted the right way here. Obvious problem is I can't see, so it looks like a cool cinematic effect, but it's not. It's hydraulic oil. I'm going to use some POR 15 degreaser. I don't know, it says weed killer, but it's not today. Spray her down with some degreaser, and hopefully that helps us get all that hydraulic oil off. The other thing it's got all over it is all that, see the black part, all the black stuff? That is all chunks or dust from metal when we've been cutting, grinding, doing all that stuff. It's all still sitting on the machine. So we gotta get that all off too, because that'll just create a whole layer of rust on top if we don't. We're gonna switch the forks back over to the 555 and run this thing down to Dirt Perfect's lot so it's staged down there. Ready to go. Just a thing of beauty, isn't it? She's a thing of beauty. Don't pay attention to the floor though. Just ignore that part. Okay, here we go. We're just running in second. I'll be honest, I've never tried anything other than 1 and 2. I don't even know if they're there. And considering the brakes, I don't think I want to find out. Lovely. Isn't it lovely? She made her first road trip. Not bad. I parked it away from Mike's stuff, so if it bursts into flames, it's its own casualty. So I still got a few more things I need to get rounded up. I'm probably gonna take about 30 random 2x4s up there, so I got them a bunch of screws, impact, and a few other odds and ends, but I got quite a bit rounded up, quite a bit ready, and I feel a lot more comfortable about it. As promised, an update on the project board so we know everything that's going on the channel. Now you guys know the whole channel evolves around the YouTube yacht, which is fully funded by our YouTube revenue that we earn off of this, which means we make content on other things to feed in to that YouTube yacht project. You know, we finished the John Deere 318, which by the way, the gentleman that bought that sent me some pictures. He worked on it with his kids a little bit and he's got it up and running. He's been running around, which is pretty daggone cool. We've got the dump truck project that we're working on. We've got a frame and a cab, and then we got a whole truck that has a rotten cab and rotten frame with good engine and a dump bed that needs some work, and we're gonna try and make a single truck out of. And then of course there's my brother's place, the pond improvement, which we are done with. So now we can do this. Oh no, let's just do this. Let's just completely redo the bottom half of this, huh? Backhoe is going to stay on here for a while, although we have made some fantastic headway here recently with that, which is pretty daggone exciting. We've got the dump truck project. The John Deere 318 is gone, which means number 4 slot is open. The pond improvement that was on there is also gone, which means the number 5 slot is open. And number 6, my brother's, needs to be finished before we head up to the church project, because that's a big project that takes a considerable amount of time. So next video will actually be out at my brother's place. We're gonna get his culvert installed. We're actually renting Dirt Perfect's 304 mini excavator, and there's some reasons I'm using his mini X versus the backhoe for that, but we'll talk about that in that video and spread a little bit of chert rock so we can get that knocked off the list. And then up to the church we go, and I'm pretty daggone excited about it. The next video, my brother's, then to the church. There'll probably be some other random things on the dump truck, maybe while we're waiting for stuff on the church, depending on how the whole project goes. And then hopefully back on the YouTube yacht before long, because I'm ready to get that thing framed in. I can't thank you guys enough for being here. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the support. I've been getting tons of emails lately, by the way, guys saying, hey, I've got this or I've got that and looking to get rid of it. Would you be interested in having it? And I can't thank you guys enough that you're thinking about me and considering that, because I've got a lot of hand-me-down tools that have really helped me get some stuff done. So I do truly appreciate your support, not only in the comments and the likes, but in the actual real world where people are helping me out with things. So I can't thank you enough. I've said it like 5 times already. It's still not enough. Hope I get you on the next one.